I saved for our future. She cheated for a handbag. I met Lila in the most painfully cliché rom-com way possible. I knocked over a tower of dusty paperbacks in the back of an indie bookstore, and instead of judging me like a normal human, she just laughed. That laugh alone could have carried a whole relationship, apparently. She worked there part-time. I was just killing time between meetings. I left with a phone number scribbled inside a used Murakami book. She said that made me mysterious. Really, I just thought writing on the inside cover was cute. We dated for 4 years. 4 years. I genuinely thought that stumble in the bookstore was the first scene of my forever. On paper, I'm doing fine. Systems engineer, $135,000 a year. Nothing fancy but solid. But I don't look like someone making 6 figures. I drive a dented Corolla and have a couch that could legally vote. My watch was $30 on clearance. That's by design. I grew up in a household where money vanished instantly and debt piled like laundry. When my dad got sick, everything collapsed. I swore I'd never repeat that mess, so I save aggressively. Like aggressively. 70% of my income, quiet lifestyle, home-cooked food, books, and coffee as luxuries. Peaceful, predictable. Lila knew I had a good tech job, but I never talked numbers. I liked that she liked me, not a paycheck. I wasn't flashy. For our anniversaries, I'd hunt down first editions of books she loved, surprise pottery classes, intimate rooftop concerts, nothing crazy expensive, but thoughtful. Meanwhile, I was secretly saving to buy a house outright, no mortgage, so we'd never worry about money again. I pictured her plants everywhere and her books stacked like tiny city skylines. Then came Marco. Marco was my college friend who inherited his dad's luxury Reno company. He's the type who walks into a room with an Audi key in one hand and a black card in the other. Loud money, flashy money. Let me get the bill, guys. Kind of money. I didn't realize it at the time, but Lila's eyes always followed that card like it was a shiny Pokemon. 6 months before everything exploded, she started with the comparisons. We were getting ready for dinner, our normal little Italian spot. She held up her old purse and offhandedly said, "Do you know what Marco got Eva for 3 months together? A Saint Laurent bag, $2,000. You've never bought me anything designer in 4 years." I laughed because I genuinely thought she was joking. She wasn't. She hit me with, "I didn't realize I was dating someone who can't afford nice things." Knife in chest. From there, it spiraled. Late inventory nights. Past 11:30. Phone flipped face down. Sudden new jewelry she called costume, but definitely said Cartier. And when she came home wearing cologne that wasn't mine, I finally asked, "Are you seeing Marco?" She laughed, then belittled me for being insecure. Gaslighting speedrun any percent. I almost convinced myself I was imagining things, until Jake, our mutual friend, sent me a screenshot from Marco's private story. Marco's bed. Lila wearing his shirt, his arm around her. Caption, "Sundays hit different." They didn't even blur her face. Bold choices all around. I confronted them. Went to Marco's condo. He opened the door like he'd won something. Lila appeared behind him, wearing his shirt like it was a trophy. She actually said, "Nice doesn't buy penthouses or trips to Greece. Marco can give me the life I deserve." Marco added, "Simple math, bro. No hard feeling." Cool. Great. Loved that for me. I walked away, but I wasn't done. The townhouse I'd bought for us, paid in full, was closing in 2 weeks. Her name was on the deed because I was planning to propose. I called my lawyer the next morning, got her name removed by sunset, and told my realtor to list the place as a luxury rental instead. Then I asked Lila to meet for closure. She showed up dressed like a Dior ad. Designer bag, new heels, the Cartier bracelet she thought I didn't recognize. She smiled like she'd leveled up in life. I showed her the listing photos, the townhouse I bought, the one meant for us, the one her name used to be on. Watching her face drain of color was like watching a Polaroid fade in reverse. She whispered, "If I had known you had that kind of money." Exactly, I told her. That's the problem. Click the full story to see what happened next.